Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Let's just get down to it.
Welcome to Sweet Tea with Coach Key. Coach Key.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Real life stories of inspiration, perseverance, and prosperity.
Turn your radio up as loud as possible.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
I hope you have your teacups ready because she has the sugar.
Nothing like a cup of brown sugar to sweeten my day.
Now let's enjoy some Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key. Welcome to this week's episode of Sweet Tea with Coach Key. I made an announcement last week that my little guy was taking over my platforms this week. So if you haven't already, one, seen that post, or two, seen our most recent YouTube video, I'm going to need you to go head over to YouTube, search Coach Keisha Austin. Keisha is spelled Kesha, no I, no Y. And check that video out. And also, if you are not connected with me on my social media platforms, let's get connected, let's stay connected. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Coach Keisha Austin. Also, online, KeishaAustin.com. And my my email is support@CoachKeishaAustin. If you have any podcast ideas, some questions, I love Q&A. I am a total open book. I always was not I once was super, super, super secretive. So I haven't always been this way, but I am open. So send me a message. Let's talk. Let's chat. And also, again, let's get connected. Well, I do have my little guy with me right here, right now. Go ahead, Jess.
Hi.
And we are going to first talk about being grateful. And then we're going to get into a little bit of fun stuff. But first, what does being grateful mean to you, Justus?
Don't not complain as much as often.
So being grateful for what you have and not
complaining.
Yes, absolutely. That's really, really true. And it's crazy because it's times where you could, not intentionally, reject where you are or reject what God has done in your life. But if you're complaining, that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's a big thing in my household as it relates to being grateful and staying on top of what you say, how you move, and just really showing that appreciation to Christ because he's so good to us. So what are some things that people could do, you think, in order to stop complaining? What do you think? And he didn't know we were going to talk about this. I'm just asking him these questions off the top of my head, and he's giving these answers off the top of his head. But what is something that someone could do to keep, if they normally complain a lot, what is something that they could do to help them to not complain?
You could just be grateful what you have instead of complaining.
Absolutely.
And you can at least say thank you for what you got.
Oh, that's a good one. Because when you're saying thank you, you're acknowledging the fact that you do have something. God is present in your life, right?
Yes.
Awesome. You got something else?
And it doesn't matter if it's cheap or not. You can at least can say thank you.
Absolutely. It's not always about how much something costs. More so, it's the thought that counts. If you have something, that's what matters. If someone went out their way to do something for you, it's the thought that counts. It's not about how much something costs, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. So, that was great, Justice. I'm proud of you. So another thing that I wanted to talk to you about was, little do you know, we will be going on vacation really, really soon. And I want to ask you, what has been your best vacation in your life thus far?
Going to Colombia.
Really?
So I can see my grandma mostly.
Oh, okay. So the road trip, he's talking about a road trip that he and I did to drive back to the East Coast. And when he says Colombia, he's talking about Colombia on the east side of the world. I know that there's a couple of them in Georgia and South Carolina. But yeah, what was your favorite part about that vacation?
I got to see my grandma, and the sad part was I had to leave.
Okay. Well, that's the sad thing about vacation anywhere you go. You never want a vacation to end. You want your vacation to last forever.
I have a second one, and it's Vegas. I love Vegas.
Oh, yeah. So do you remember that was your first airplane ride, right?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. It was.
And how was your first airplane ride? Do you remember?
It was kind of bumpy to me, but I liked Vegas there. I loved it there.
And do you remember what you and your dad did that was so exciting?
We sat together and then
You sat together where?
On an airplane.
And what about when you got to Vegas? What did you all do that was fun in Vegas?
We rode the roller coaster.
You rode the roller coaster with your father on top of the New York hotel. How was that experience with your dad? And will you ever forget it?
No.
You'll never forget it? How was it?
It was pretty awesome.
I can imagine. I wasn't brave enough to do that. Where's one place that you would love to visit?
China.
You have been saying China since I think you were 4 or 5. You've been saying that you want to go to China. So we're definitely going to make that dream of yours come true very, very soon. So yeah, I am going to move forward with ending this episode. I'm hopeful that our viewers on our YouTube channel, as well as our listeners on our podcast, will send us some ideas as to what we could do going forward. Anything else you want to say before I end this episode?
Like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.
Well, we're not on YouTube, son. This isn't YouTube. All right. Well, again, let's stay connected. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week, and try your best to think about all the things that you have in your life that you could be grateful for, and push away those negative thoughts on purpose to help keep you in a grateful place. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.